Thanks for being the part of self-growth and learning. I hope part 1 of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad has been valuable in your life. The time you invested in learning those lessons which rich don't tell others will prove the best time you invested in your self-growth and learning. Being a part of this journey will change your mindset and way of thinking altogether. Let's get ready for the second part. Rich Dad Poor Dad, Part 2. Now we will discuss deep investing lessons of this book. What the rich know about money that schools never teach. Have you ever noticed something strange? 2 people invest the same amount of money. One grows rich. The other loses everything. Same market. Same opportunities. So what's the difference? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. And it's definitely not education. It's how they think about investing. Rich Dad Poor Dad reveals a truth most people never hear. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. It's being financially uneducated. Let's go deeper. The core idea of rich investing. Poor investors focus on returns. Rich investors focus on control, cash flow, and knowledge. Most people ask, how much money can I make? The rich ask, how much control do I have? That single shift changes everything. Now let's break down the deep investing lessons. Lesson 1. The rich don't invest in products, they invest in systems. Most people think investing is about stocks, real estate, crypto, businesses. Rich Dad said, it's not what you invest in. It's how you invest. The rich invest in systems that generate cash flow, not shiny products. They understand how money enters, how money exits, who controls it, who gets taxed. Real-life example. 2 people buy rental property. One buys emotionally. No analysis. High debt. Low cash flow. The other buys based on numbers. Strong cash flow. Tax advantages. Leverage done wisely. Same asset. Different outcomes. Practical step you can take today. Before any investment, ask, where does the money come from? Where does it go? Who controls the decisions? If you don't understand the system, don't invest. Lesson 2. Cash flow matters more than price. Poor investors chase price appreciation. They say, I'll buy now and sell later for more. Rich investors chase monthly cash flow. They ask, how much does this put in my pocket every month? Cash flow buys freedom. Price appreciation is speculation. Real-life example. Person A buys land hoping prices rise. Person B buys a small business generating monthly income. 10 years later. Person A waits. Person B reinvests cash flow and compounds wealth. Practical step you can take today. Focus on investments that pay you regularly, cover expenses, can be reinvested. Freedom is paid monthly, not someday. Lesson 3. The rich use debt as a tool, not a trap. Debt scares most people. And it should. If you don't understand it. Poor dad avoided debt completely. Rich dad used good debt to build wealth. Good debt buys assets, is paid by cash flow, is tax efficient. Bad debt buys liabilities, requires your salary, grows stress. Real-life example. Poor investor takes loan for car, pays from salary, asset loses value. Rich investor takes loan for income property, Asset pays the loan. Equity grows. Practical step you can take today. Learn the difference between productive debt, consumer debt. Never use debt to impress people. Use it to build income. Lesson 4. The rich buy skills before assets. Most people want to invest first and learn later. That's why they lose. Rich Dad invested in accounting, sales, negotiation, market understanding. Money follows skill. Real-life example. 2 people enter the stock market. One follows tips. The other understands financial statements. When markets crash, one panics. One buys opportunities. Practical step you can take today. Before investing money, invest time. Learn basic accounting. Understand cash flow statements. Learn negotiation. Skills compound faster than money. Lesson 5. Taxes are the biggest expense, if you're poor. Most people work hard, then give a huge portion to taxes. Rich Dad taught, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. The rich understand legal tax strategies, business structures, depreciation, incentives governments offer investors. Real-life example. Employee earns, gets taxed, spends what's left. Investor earns, invests. Expenses come before taxes. Practical step you can take today. Learn how taxes work in your country. Even basic knowledge can save you years of income. Lesson 6. Timing matters, but preparation matters more. Poor investors wait for the perfect time. Rich investors prepare for opportunities. When markets crash, poor investors panic. Rich investors go shopping. Real-life example. During economic downturns, assets go on sale. Fear is high. Opportunity is hidden. The prepared win. Practical step you can take today. Build financial knowledge. Emergency reserves. Emotional discipline. Opportunity favors the prepared mind. Lesson 7. Most people are too busy to get rich. This lesson hurts. Poor dad was always busy. Rich dad was focused. Busy people trade time for money. Focused people build systems. Real-life example. Busy person. Overtime. Stress. No assets. Focused person. 1 asset per year. Long-term vision. Compounding results. Practical step you can take today. Cut distractions. Replace entertainment time with learning and planning time. Wealth is built quietly. The conclusion. Rich Dad Poor Dad doesn't teach you what to invest in. It teaches you how to think like an investor. Because once you think differently, you see opportunities everywhere. The rich don't gamble. They prepare. They don't chase money. They build systems. And the moment you stop working for money and start learning how money works for you, your life changes. Subscribe if you want more lessons that school never taught you. Because financial freedom isn't luck. It's learned.